Dude, it doesn't have that like stop pour on it. Cheap coffee pot.
Well, should have used mine.
What? You should have offered to bring it up here.
Should ask. It's not my job to bring my shit up here.
At 10 cents a filter, I don't even want to know how much your coffee pot costs. Dick.
I bet you it was $80.
You bought an $80 coffee pot?
No.
Does it do anything different than a $5 coffee pot?
Dude, I bet you probably like $30.
Oh, this one was like 18, I think.
This literally only the only thing it does is brew coffee. You don't have no buttons on it. It has a power button. That's it. And it's small. It makes like 5 cups. It's like a travel size coffee cup. I guess.
That's not even enough to make me coffee, bro. Welcome back to the show, guys. On this week, we have decided that Scott sucks.
Why?
I don't know.
Because you're a bougie bitch.
It tastes like cloves.
Does it really?
Yeah.
All right, so.
It's like I'm drinking cloves.
It does kind of got a bit of a clove taste to it.
Doesn't it?
It does.
Told you there was some kind of earthiness to it, but couldn't quite pinpoint it.
That's so weird.
It's pretty good. You want to try some?
It's okay. I might.
You got a coffee cup over there. You just want to drink Monsters.
I did.
I may want to put some cream in this. A little bit of cream. You put some cream.
Oh, you do want cream. You've been
bit.
drinking black coffee for months, and
Is
now you're
this-
like, give me some cream.
This is.
I bought a small one because I'm the only one who drinks cream. You don't even drink
No,
coffee.
I mean, I do drink coffee.
Yeah, this is.
The
you
only-
like your flavors and aromas.
No,
That
I like,
clove
I like
taste
cream.
is throwing me off. I gotta.
Well,
Is there
flavor, I
actual
don't have to
flavor
have
in it?
flavored cream.
I
I
don't-
just have to have creamer. In general.
To brew, use 1 tablespoon. So there's actually a special way you're supposed to fucking do this.
Whoops.
1 tablespoon
Now
of
I definitely
coffee.
have to try it.
Okay, what? 1 tablespoon of coffee per 6 ounces of water. We put way too much in it.
Holy fucking hell.
Whoops.
Wow.
Maybe that's why there's
Adjust for
grains floating
taste.
in there.
Adjust for taste preference and brewing method.
Oh,
for
well, I
best-
prefer, like,
No,
normal coffee
you just
ratios.
Give me that bullshit.
I just gave you that bullshit. I like it.
There's no.
What's that about?
Oh, ingredients: 100% Arabic coffee, natural and offer flavors, Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey.
Grains.
This
Tennessee
is-
whiskey.
This is non-alcoholic.
Well, damn. No, I'm joking.
We're a bunch of alcoholics. We wanted the alcohol.
I
Darn
know.
it.
Yeah, fuck. No, I honestly try it because it tastes good.
Not really.
I have a spoon.
That was hot.
All this is getting edited into the end of the episode as a blooper reel.
Can I see that? Can I see the?
Don't
Don't stop it. Just keep
We got
going.
like 5 minutes of like just
So
random
what?
jargon. People are gonna be like, "The
It's
fuck."
okay.
Yeah, that's why they
go with
like it.
they
That's
like
why
it.
they like it.
Do they?
That's how they like
Do
it.
they like it?
They do.
They like it with sugar on top and a little bit of sprinkles.
You didn't ask for sugar. All you got was the cream. Don't be a picky bitch.
That cream. God, that's just so fucking. I just gotta get. Should have brought my coffee.
Well, fuck you.
I'll bring my coffee next time.
No more coffee for him.
I'll bring my own coffee pot, so I have my coffee pot like right here. Like it will fit perfectly
Yeah,
right here.
the
It's
coffee
so
pot
small.
would be right there if we had a socket anywhere near that side of the wall.
It's powered.
Now you're full of shit.
Yeah, yeah. It's made for travel. It's supposed to be able to bring with you anywhere you go when you travel.
Are you sure you don't have a thermos that you're just calling your coffee pot and taking it everywhere with you?
I'm talking about. I have this coffee. And it comes in a little bottle this big,
Mm-hmm.
and you put it in there. You put the hot water in it. You shake it up, and you're good to go. I'm not.
That's not coffee.
Powdered coffee.
That's not coffee.
That is coffee.
That's not
It's
coffee.
not coffee.
It is coffee.
That's the Nesquik equivalent of crack.
It's called instant coffee, but that's not. I don't have that.
No, it's literally Yoo-hoo coffee.
I had.
It's called instant coffee.
All right. So on last week's episode,
We fucked up. We fucked up.
Well, they don't know that. Now they do.
I fucked up. I didn't make sure my little button was green. It was red the whole time.
We re-recorded we're re-recording a whole episode. Yeah, it's all good. Hey, Scott, you're leaned very far back. I don't think the camera can see you.
Oh, they can see me.
Oh, they can see one. Not if I do this.
What? Not if they do that?
Not if he does that.
Fuck.
I had to do a close-up because I'm about to nut check Scott in camera.
Don't fucking do that. What the hell? I dropped my cap over here. Don't mind me. Just getting my cap.
Hey, that's what he's doing. Getting his cap.
Anyway, so
Don't do what we did and use too much coffee.
No.
Or what I did.
I was like, you got a Benjamin? No. Close enough.
I didn't even read the instructions first. I'm just like, I know how to make coffee. I worked construction.
Construction.
I used to. I don't now.
Now
I'm just a security guy.
I work construction.
No, dude, you're a glorified plumber.
I'm not a fucking plumber. Totally different trade.
Do you lay pipes?
Yes, with water, but not shit water.
Sure, it's not shit
I
water
am-
when they do it either.
I am a secret firefighter.
You're a secret. He's a secret firefighter.
I install fire.
He does
protection.
all the work. Gets none of the credit.
None of the credit.
He does glorified plumbing.
Glorified plumber.
Not even quite. I can do plumbing.
I bet you could.
I'm fixing that.
Got enough crack for it.
This is Scott.
I'm fixing to add a
Doing
spigot
plumbing.
in my house.
Where's that? Here it is.
I'm
Scott. This is Scott doing plumbing. My toilet's clogged.
No, I know.
When can you be here?
No, I can do plumbing. I'm about to add a spigot off of my domestic water line.
See, I don't even know what a domestic water line is,
So,
I'm assuming it means it's not a wild water line. So
Domestic water line
It means it's a tamed water
It's your
line.
drinking water.
it's a tape.
It's tamed. I like that. That's.
Is that when you just carve a hole directly in the water heater and just drink from it?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
You said from the water heater? I want to do that.
No?
That'd be really hot.
It probably would be.
No.
Just pour coffee in it before you do it.
Every house has their own little backflow. And then the city water goes to the backflow. Goes to the backflow. Because the backflow, it's prevented for water to go in, but not to come back out. Like, your water in your house won't go back into the city. It's what's called a backflow. It's like, it stops.
He's not a plumber.
I'm not a plumber!
Glorified plumber.
I mean, I do install pipe, but my shit's... I can't say that my shit's in the air because plumber's in the air too. I'm not a plumber.
He installs sprinklers on the ceiling instead of in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
You're a plumber.
And I gotta fix one of my shit, so I gotta figure out where the fucking color valve is for my lawn sprinklers. Because
Good God. There was a couple of years ago, I swear he spent a year in Savannah.
Yeah.
He'd go out of town and come back in town. Have to leave to go back out of town to Savannah because something broke.
Oh God, that was a fucking nightmare.
Oh, it was bad.
Oh,
It's like, we playing Yeni this weekend? No, I gotta go back to Savannah.
That was.
The stairwell flooded.
We hired subs, and they fucked us bad. They fucked us real bad. Water damage. We probably had like $100,000 in water damage.
Was this when you still worked for Gay, or was this your uncle's company?
My uncle's company. Well, it's not his company, but he runs it. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, don't ever gay. I was in Texas.
You were in Corpus. Yeah, I was in Corpus Christi.
For 6 months straight. That sucked. I was only supposed to be for 3 months. I mean, for 3 weeks. So I brought 3 weeks worth of clothes. I was out for 6 months. So that was a lot of laundry.
and really bad lag for him on Arc. It was funny. He was like
God, it was so
cussing out
bad.
a storm left and right.
It
It was really bad.
good times.
Good times.
I made a lot of money, man.
Did you make a lot of money?
Yeah, remember it's when I just threw down $5,000, 500, or it's when I bought the skull.
Yeah, you were making good money. I was making good money back then. I just had a shitty boss.
That is so true. Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
I'll make bank now.
Excuse
I'm a
me.
good boss.
And I make mediocre because now I have more bills,
You have more bills.
more expensive bills.
More expensive bills.
Well, you make good money. It all goes to bills.
Me and my wife make fucking good money between both of us. We fucking feel like we don't make no money.
Yeah,
It's American
it's
dream.
called a mortgage.
It's American dream.
The American dream.
A mortgage, 2 car
But
payments,
by the way,
and a
this is
baby.
what we're gonna call the adult apocalypse
The
of your
adulting.
wallet.
The real post-apocalypse.
A mortgage.
When dreams die and you realize you have to become responsible.
I mean, you can half-ass being responsible just enough to get by.
How does that work for you?
It's not very well.
Not very well.
Nah. I wish I was a teenager sometimes.
I miss those days.
You know, it was like back then, you thought you had problems. You had no problems back then.
I had no problems back then.
I know, me either. But like, we all thought we did.
We all thought we did.
I'd love to go smack my younger self. Like, you've got no problems. You little pretentious prick.
You know what I would like? You know, people talking about like, okay, let's talk about a little bit about time travel.
Time travel? I'm done with it.
Okay.
Travel back in time and whoop the shit out of our younger
No,
self.
you see, no, I wouldn't want to go back in time. Or, see, okay, I also wouldn't want to go into the future within my timeline.
Okay.
The reason is, bad or good, when you come back, because my thought is, if you go in the future within your timeline, to see like, see when you die, or maybe go in like 10 years from now and see how you're looking, how you're living. If you're living good or bad, you're gonna come back and there's gonna be.
So you would rather change the future by knowing how it's going to play out?
No. I would, because the problem is okay. Like, let's just say that you go into the future to see like your own like timeline, to see how you are in like 10, 20 years, and then you come back.
Well, I don't know.
You're
If I,
gonna
go,
be-
if I go look at myself 20 years from now and I'm not happy with what I'm seeing, like, I'm going to change it.
But yeah, how you gonna know? How you gonna know you changed it?
I
You
guess-
could make it worse. You don't know. You don't know the
Yeah,
steps.
no, you're right. You're right.
You don't
That's
know
the
the
paradox of
steps.
it.
Yeah, you don't know the steps of how you got there. So when you come back, you're gonna be like, to me, I feel like
You could be self-fulfilling, yeah. Fair enough.
I'd be walking on eggshells the whole time. I'd be like, oh, right, so I mean, a choice comes up, and it's over something stupid. Like, you fucking,
I think I would observe. If I could travel through time,
I would wanna go-
literally just observe. I would be that guy who travels back in time just to witness events, like
yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I
like
wouldn't
witness
want
speeches.
I would
Witness.
like to go into the future.
I'd like to go. I'd like to see Julius Caesar at work whenever he went against the Gauls. Well, I would have loved to have seen that. I mean, I'm pretty sure I, at the same time, wouldn't want to see it because it was supposed to be pretty brutal. But
Yeah.
I'd also.
I like going to the future, but way like I'm talking about like 100,000 years from now, just to see.
I think for me, it's definitely always going to be the past. Like,
But I probably wouldn't want to come back.
yeah, that's true.
I think I would just want to just be like Doctor Who.
Just feel like Doctor Who's traveling through time.
Just try 3 times. Let's fuck it.
Fuck it, why not?
Never late.
Always late.
You never late. You're always
Never
on
late,
time.
never on time. Right, precisely when I wanted to.
Yeah.
That was all wrong, but whatever.
That's
No, honestly, I think for me it would be the past. Because I'm always writing these little short stories, and I'm like love reading about things. History is like my thing. I love history.
Yeah. I like knowledge more than.
Yeah, I love the knowledge. Just knowing stuff, knowing how things worked back then. But I honestly, I would want to know how much our inaccuracies are. Like, I've been watching this. I watched this show. Actually, it was a couple months ago, but it was awesome. I think it's called Barbarians on Netflix.
Yeah.
And to me, like, first off, there was like chills at some points. Whenever, have you seen it?
No, I haven't, but I know what you're talking about.
So whenever
It's worth watching.
oh yeah, dude, it's awesome. Oh, it's awesome. Like, dude, it's essentially watching like
It's like a B-rated TV show, though, right?
it's not.
I mean, compared to like Vikings, it's B-rated compared to.
It's
that,
a Netflix
right?
original, I think. So
Oh, okay. So it's probably
it's fairly decently made, and I really liked it. Like I really liked it. But so whenever they're like talking about like the ancient Germanics or like the Germans and stuff like that, Germanic, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but whenever they're talking about them, and it's like it's either I think it's Rome, it could be yeah, it's Rome. So whenever
Is it
they're
Rome before or after? Because
it's like pre-church Rome. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
so
it could be
it's-
post-church Rome. I don't know.
yeah, because
I'll have to rewatch
you
it.
had Rome, which is what we think of Rome. Then you have Rome, the Catholic Church Rome, which is
This was like
they
Rome. It wasn't Catholic. I don't think it was Catholic Church Rome. I think it was like pre-Catholic Church
They kind
Rome.
of just picked up the
But,
pieces after Rome fell,
It was like
like with like the Colosseum and gladiators.
whenever they're talking about like the barbarians,
Yeah.
like we know what the word is, right?
Actually,
It's
did.
Barbary.
Yeah.
Like the word for the natives of lands are Barbary, like because they still use like that Latinish angle to their language, and so like every time they'd say Barbary, and then they'd like flip to a scene of them, they're kind of like barbarian-esque and kind of how we pictured and created the Barbary up to be. Like that to me was just like, ooh shit, Barbary.
That's pretty sweet.
Now bring in Bjorn and fuck them all up. But no, I would love to know the.
Don't forget.
I'm obsessed with Bjorn. My own character. I will be obsessed with him until he dies.
Don't
Which
forget.
will be never.
Hell no. It'll be.
Fuck a Harriman, dude.
Fuck you, bitch. Fucking couldn't do shit without me, bitch.
Yeah, no, we couldn't do shit without Letchford, because apparently that
Okay.
fucker refuses to die.
Yeah, bitch. This lives forever.
My name's Letchford. Letchford. Are you the same Letchford? No, I'm a different Letchford. I'm a descendant of that Letchford. Oh, yeah, because y'all just can't think of any original names. You don't even add numbers to the end of it. It's just Letchford.
And after that,
It works.
And then before that, I was Alistair Letchford for like what? How many fucking generations?
That's like 8 generations of characters.
I was the same person.
Yeah, not like Letchford the second or the 18th or just Letchford.
I'm the same person.
It's not the
This
same.
sounds a lot
They
like
look
your
slightly
D&D
different every time.
characters.
Yeah. What?
Sounds a lot like your D&D characters.
Nah.
No.
No, this is the exact opposite. Because him with D&D's like, I need a new character. I don't really like this one. Next week, I need a new character. I don't really like this one. No, Letchford, fucking hands down, like, has lasted like well over a year. Like, and this is console role playing is the way to go. Apparently, the only way it's got to stick with the same fucking character.
Oh, just man, talking about D&D. I remember when I played that Warlock, and
Which time?
the one that we had Ice, and I think even when we played in your shop.
Oh yeah, when y'all like stole an airship and stuff like that,
No,
and then you like took
it
somebody's
was-
face and was wearing it.
Yeah, well, that was two different fucking games. Okay, when I killed like the crest lady.
Oh,
Like
you got stuck with the baby.
you got stuck with the baby, and you were like,
we're gonna keep the baby.
no, it was James was like, we're gonna keep the baby. The barbarian of all people was like, oh,
I have to take care of this baby now.
it's like, wait, I was like,
sworn an
dude,
oath, and I'm like,
here, you
bro,
get some of that.
that's like historical. You're not gonna choke to death because it tastes like clothes.
I'm gonna have to put some.
You're gonna have to put some.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you're a barbarian, not a fucking knight. He's like, I'm like hard about.
Baby around for like half the campaign. They really fucking did. I'm
Dude,
like,
he had to like.
I kept trying to get people to like take it off their hands. I was like, oh, this guy's offering to take the baby off your hands. It's their uncle. And then they were convinced that the uncle was evil and trying to kill the baby.
No sugar.
Oh, you got sugar now.
I got sugar now. It'll be alright.
But they did. They carried this baby around for like ever.
Yeah, I went to. The thing is, I remember like, I did my own thing for some reason. I don't know why. I think it was to do a.
So you
plot.
could make a new character.
Oh,
That's what you did.
I don't know.
I don't want him to die. I'm just gonna have him venture off, and then I'm gonna do a side quest, and then I'm gonna bring in this character instead.
But the side quest started to, like, I don't know. I like, because I remember like you went to like you were supposed to save the baby from some goblins, and I like kicked the mother off the cliff or some bullshit.
Yes, he killed the mother.
And then I came back.
He's just like she's like trying to explain the quest line. Scott's like, Eldritch Flame. I'm like dead, like floating off the cliff. Now they get the baby.
They come back and everybody's like,
I was like, the fuck.
I was really like fucked up in that thing. Like I trapped people in the rooms. I mean, I was more of a trickster. I mean, I did some fucked up shit, but then I killed the guy because he gave me a mask that lets me portray anybody's face and
Yeah,
talk
he
with
could
them.
be anybody he wanted to be by putting on this mask. So he's like, I'm him now. Slice. I'm like,
I started killing our fucking party members. That dude got so mad. That dude got so mad at
he
me.
killed one of our parties. Yeah, we had this guy playing with us. And
He was like a friend of James's or something.
He killed the guy's character and then pretended to be the guy's character. So at this point, it gets meta as fuck because the guy makes a new character. And he's like, it's his brother.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know how. And he's like, read the backstory. He had a brother. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's literally him, like the two of them going back
And I
and
had
forth.
to make everybody believe this dude, but this motherfucker was bad for us too. Because everybody was like,
He was trying to turn him against him. Like, don't trust him. Don't trust him. I think he's a shapeshifter.
That was the shit. That was good times.
Danny's over there reminiscing about Chicken Man.
No. I'm reminiscing about the time my warlock made you quit a campaign.
I didn't quit the campaign. I just ended that session immediately.
We refused to pick that up ever again. Because I literally had a god-slaying character. You couldn't, like, my Eldritch Blast, you couldn't soak it. No DR could reduce the damage. Nothing could. The Eldritch Blast just did damage.
Yeah.
And it would just, as levels went on, it would just do more damage, and you couldn't do anything to reduce the damage whatsoever. And
How
then,
did
like,
you do that? Because
he told me I could use whatever feats as long as I could take the feats, including monster feats.
that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Well, no, technically.
So I'm trying to say because
He pulled a
technically,
slick one. He said any feats. And I'm like, any feats, as long as you can use them. He's like, any feats. And I'm like, as long as you can use them. Somehow he found a way to use monster feats.
yeah,
All the monster feats said is you had the prerequisites was Eldritch Blast.
yeah, because I'm trying to say because Eldritch Blast damage. I mean, it does increase, but you get more shots when you level. When
You
like
get, it gets
you
more
get so-
shots and damage.
Yeah, but the
as it goes
damage
up
is
in
like
level.
minor. It's minor though, because you do more damage.
He was rolling like, for some reason, he could roll like, I mean, it was,
I also-
it was not
You know
even,
what I mean?
it wasn't even
That
a
was
mid-level
crazy.
campaign. Like,
That was some crazy ass fucking feet stacking right there, bud. Holy
Yeah, all my
shit.
feats went towards my Eldritch Blast. I had one that maximized the hit dice for my level, so I wouldn't even really necessarily have to roll damage. It was
No, yeah, no, I
maximized.
remember that. That shit was just so, it was so
And-
broken.
You didn't
It was
have to
like,
roll
I really-
damage.
The only feat that I took outside of Eldritch Blast was defensive casting. So
No, I remember
and
what
I
you
had
were
a spell that was like Dimension Door, that I could move within 100 feet, and I would hold it,
Okay, so what he didn't tell you.
and the golem would go, "I'm gonna hit this guy," and I'm go, "All right, I'm behind it." He misses me.
It was a
what
free
he
action?
didn't tell you is that I spent weeks
Defensive
building
casting
this
lets
game.
you cast a spell defensively when you're being attacked.
That makes sense.
What he didn't tell you is I spent weeks building this game designed for them to be able to start off at like a low level and work their way up to like an epic campaign. So the whole area they started in, like all my notes was just like for like these little baby like somewhat challenges, and then he could just walk in and wipe out the whole fucking thing. Like it's
about
got
my-
splash damage. Oh yeah, I bet it fucking does. Dude.
What,
I
what
bet
about the
it
campaign?
fucking does.
What about the campaign I had when I was a coward wizard? We were on a ship, and we started getting like we started getting attacked. I just turned invisible.
You know, I think our longest running campaign to this day was still the Dracula saga.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah, it was hands down and it's the ones that everyone I've ever talked to remembers that campaign out of all their DMs and all the people they play with. That's the campaign they always remember.
You know how he is. There's always something that's got DR, or it's evil, or a vampire, or undead in general in his campaigns.
Not much lately.
No, it's changed dramatically.
But up until that point,
we've been doing a little more. Yeah, it was. It was mostly vampires.
Yeah, no, nowadays
and
it's
I
more...
made sure that I was able to I would be able to kill anything undead, unholy, or whatever that came up against me that could soak any kind of damage. I was just like, I am not going through this crap. The Dracula saga made me want to die so much because everything could had DR or soaked.
I think
or whatever.
Well, nobody was prepared. Like we literally like made it known because we've been playing the same campaign
through. You guys playing the Dracula.
Yeah, but I mean, for years, that was like everybody knew. Like, oh, he runs a vampire game, like vampire campaign, and then like
I can't remember
nobody ever spec to fight vampires or anything undead. They always just spec like we like never had a cleric who would play as a cleric.
Yeah. They never played as a cleric.
Like you would have clerics that played as fighters, and it's like, bro, what are you doing?
I can't remember what I played. I literally cannot remember.
The cleric.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I was gonna say
that makes because I think I tried to go necromancer.
And then you were the ranger.
No,
he was a ranger for a while.
Yeah, he was.
And then
because I wanted a companion.
And then you remade the same character as a fighter. And you're like, I didn't care for this character. Well, like he lost his companion. Like he left his companion at an inn or some stupid shit.
Yeah, some stupid shit.
And like 3 games later, he's like, I want to remake like Caius, but I want to make him as like a fighter instead of a ranger. And I'm like, sure, why not? Little shithead mentions his fucking companion like 2 games later. And I'm like, well, I guess the fighter's got a companion. Been enough games that I forgot it existed. I was like, fine, I'll allow.
Yeah, we made some. What was I? A warrior rogue?
No.
Yeah,
you were
because I wanted to be a rogue, and you're like, well, we need something like a fighter or a barbarian or something like that. And I was like, well, then I'm gonna cross class.
I thought you were a monk.
That was another campaign.
Another campaign.
Yeah, it might have been along the same lines of the Dracula campaign, but like, no, that's right. I was a rogue monk.
Yeah,
I was a rogue monk.
How the hell you pull that off?
I just didn't give a fuck at that point.
With cross classing, it doesn't matter what classes.
I know, just lore wise, how would you do a rogue monk? I mean, I guess you can kind of make him like a ninja.
It's essentially what you're
going
you
know what I mean? Because that was before. Because that was before I think Player Handbook 2 came out. Or if it was, we didn't know it. We didn't use it.
We had it. We just never really looked at it. To be honest.
I know, because they had like a dragon shaman. I remember the first time I tried to do a dragon shaman.
I remember you doing the dragon shaman.
I didn't like that.
I want to build Caius as a dragon shaman.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's when Caius finally died.
The flurry of blows.
They just need to make a fucking. They just need to make. I just need to be like a mimic or something. Just be like, I'm just gonna mimic.
I tried to help you out by making a shapeshifter, and you just screwed that one up. I gave you too much power, and he abused it.
Oh yeah, dude. When I like turned into a bear, and then I think I turned into somebody's like companion, and I don't know what happened. I remember some.
No, I'm talking about I gave you that mask that lets you take other people's forms, and you could like mimic their classes and stuff like that. So you could stop changing classes every other game, and you just abused the shit out of that. Killed everyone. Trying to assassinate the baby. What?
I'm not gonna lie.
I was a really fucked up person.
I would have done the same thing, and like, you realize all you would have had to do is wait until everybody was asleep and just go coup de grace, coup de grace, coup de grace, coup de grace.
I didn't want to do that. That's no fun.
No, he tried to be slick about it. Like they're in an airship in the fucking sky. There's like 12 people besides them on this boat, and like he's just walking around. He's like, I'm gonna sneak into the captain's cabin and assassinate the captain. Why? Because
I'm the captain.
He's like, I want to be the captain. So what's going to happen to so-and-so's brother? I'll be them both. And then he fucking fails. his hide check behind the captain's body. So I was like, he's like, I'm gonna hide the captain's body. Does that count? Sure, Scott, it counts. No, they found the captain's body.
Yeah, and that was the end of my.
Scott's like, I'll be right back. Comes back as his brother.
What happened?
What happened?
Oh no! What happened?
Oh no!
That's exactly what he said.
Because it's always fucked up, man. Because like when when I start, I'm not gonna be evil. I might be slightly annoying. I just come out. I just start killing.
He's bored and starts killing people.
I get it.
I tried to play Paladin one time. Oh god.
No, that didn't last very long.
No, Chris fucking made it almost impossible
I
for me
hate
to.
paladins.
He fucking hates
Kill paladins, dude. If you sit at my table and you are a paladin, I am going to kill you. Like,
Yep.
I hate paladins.
But I saw on TikTok how I could make a paladin and you couldn't kill me.
Okay.
I would have to be a highly righteous paladin that just murders everything that's against my god. And name them Jason Voorhees.
It's a clever one.
I saw somebody say that. I was like, it's ingenious. Oh man, it's been so long.
And then we tried to do like a mech D&D game.
Oh, that we didn't get past like one game with that.
I know.
It was trying to do a futuristic one. Actually, a lot of the concept for Orphan Star comes from that campaign. Like, I recycle a lot of my like.
Yeah.
I played it in once, kind of because you kind of told me it was like almost a Robotech-esque, like.
It was like we were able to be in like
Yeah.
using mechs and shit like that. Yeah, we know.
It was such a weird campaign. It was just so clunky.
Yeah, it was yeah.
Yeah, the gun system was a little weird.
Yeah.
Like I don't like guns in D&D.
I don't like them either. It's hard to do a modern day D&D game campaign or.
I can say Pathfinder did do it right.
See, I never actually
played
played Pathfinder, and I've been wanting to get into it because I've heard so much that it's basically like 3.75.
It is. It's
And to me, that's awesome. Like,
Yeah,
I've definitely been at the store and
They
like
have some
flipped
cool
through
ass
them and been
classes.
like,
They
yeah,
have
they
some
got some
cool-
cool stuff in it. But
you can make
like-
Batman.
I
lot of
I would
homebrew-
make Batman.
Oh no, wait! It got super easy when they
I'd make the
introduced.
shit out of Batman.
Well, they introduced the vigilante class, and like you go one way or the other. You could literally go Marvel or DC, pretty much.
Right.
You're gonna have
And, like,
superpowers.
Ish. There's different. There's
It
different.
was magic. How can they not put superpowers in it?
Well, just hear me out. There's the base vigilante class, and then you choose like it's like defender or shadow aspect, something like that. And if you win shadow aspect, you're kind of pretty much you're going to be Batman. The other one, you're pretty much being Captain America.
Yeah.
So you have your two leads of each one, but then like vigilante also has subclasses that like they have like an alchemist type subclass, which essentially is like you drink a potion, you become the Hulk. And then like they have another one like the investigator, which is like deeper into being like the great detective Batman, where he's actually like a detective. You're like picking up clues and stuff like that to get to the end means, but you're not as like combative. And then they've got a bunch of different subclasses for the vigilante, but I really pulled a jerk move there. Buddy Donnie and Buddy Bud, they wanted to do a level 15 campaign, quick one shot, and they're like, "We want you to gestalt a character."
Yeah.
I was like, I easy. I want to be a rogue, vigilante, shadow aspect. Well, the vigilantes rogue-esque as it is, they get bonus damage for like surprise attacks and stuff like that. So if you're unnoticed when you're attacking, you roll d8s instead of d6s for the damage. But if you're noticed, you roll d3s. You still get that sneak attack damage regardless.
Right.
even if you get noticed.
See, man,
But your damage is just lower. That's cool.
Right.
See, Damien was always fun to play with whenever he would sit at my tables. I've never sat at his tables. I would have loved to eventually sit at one of his tables.
They're fun.
But he always kept me on my toes because, like, he would find a way to be, like, basically chaotic evil and, like, just walk around next to a paladin and, like, never be suspected.
Yeah.
Like, or he'd find ways to, like, just, like, get into, like, him and Jared. Jared was, to this day, Jared is my DM. Like, you know, like, he can do a campaign that'll just be like, what just happened? Like, and Brandon's pretty good DM too. Like, he really brilliant.
I didn't
like,
get to play under him.
Oh, dude, he's brilliant DM.
You're talking about Monkey, right?
Yeah, I only got to play the one game, but he fucked my day up.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't take a DM who's been DMing for as long as I had and put me in a campaign and let me be a rogue. I will fuck your shit up. So you know how he deals with that? I'm like scaling up the side of a building, like, you know, breaking into shit, and like we're just not following whatever we're supposed to do at all.
Right.
So he's like you just fell to your death, or no, he didn't even say that. He's like, roll. I'm like, okay, reflex roll. Okay. He's like, you just fell to your death, and I'm like, the fuck just happened? He's like, you weren't doing spot checks as you were jumping from building to building. He's like, I'm like, okay. He's like, they shot you off the they shot your rope, your grappling hook or something like that. And I'm just like, son of a bitch. It's like, I'll be more attentive of that next time.
But like,
really, I think that was just payback of years of douchery as me as a DM. And he's just
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna fucking kill this
That's
character
exactly
for all
what
the
it is.
characters he killed of ours.
but the fact that like my character was a rogue vigilante, that's not even what made him the most broken.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna let everybody get one enchanted piece of armor at half cost.
Right.
I built a greater shadowing piece of armor. So, you know, I was able to purchase it. Now, when I stealth, I got a bonus to my stealthing. I took Hellcat Stealth. I had all these different ways I could stealth in any light, period.
Right.
And then I pumped so many points into my stealth. I didn't even have to roll, and I had a 42.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm just going to take base roll. 42 stealth is 2 more than what Cthulhu has to see me in a check. He has a base 40. So if I roll a nat 20, Cthulhu can never see me, and he has the highest stats in the game.
Oh, wow.
So, like, we got into a fight midday, and I was like, Hellcat Stealth? And he's like, but you take a negative. No, Hellcat Stealth says I don't take that negative. I take a lesser negative, which is negative 10 instead of a negative 20, stealthing during broad daylight. And then I have this bonus because I got a bonus if I disguised. So I disguised, got a bonus to my stealth, so it was only a -5 to my stealth. And like, I snuck up behind. I just walked up behind the guy and stabbed him. Got 68, 66 plus 2d6 for the dagger that I had, and just kind of melted the guy with that damage.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, we're done with this one shot now, because Danny's character is broken.
Danny's characters usually are broken. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up here at this point. As usual, you know, we got lots of fun stuff coming. I should have a teaser for you on a little something we've been working on for Orphan Star. We've also got stuff in work, so we don't really have a name for it, but it's basically going to be like a story about a tribe of people called the Barbary. And a couple other things in the works. So, you know, stay tuned. Keep up. Tell your mom Danny says hi.
Yeah, definitely. Stay frosty.
You want to tell them about your damn bell, Scott?
Find out what?
Your bell.
Oh, yeah. Ring that bell. Ding, ding.
Stay frosty, Time Lords.